Okay, take two.
Take two.
Episode 17.
Episode 17.
This episode of Insmarting Yourself is brought to you by Walker Roll Cages. Were you ever in a car accident where the roof of your car has caved in? Were you injured or killed because of it? Well, Walker Roll Cages have been in business since 2001 and have been making and fitting roll cages to all models of cars, from Nissan Skylines to allegedly defective Porsche Carreras. Walker roll cages are strong enough to protect you from all types of objects, such as palm trees and telegraph poles. Bring back some safety to your high-performance vehicle with Walker roll cages. Go to walkerrollcages.com for a free 30-day roll cage trial with the code SMRT. That is SMRT. You'd better get in fast because you'll be furious if you miss it. How do you do a 30-day trial on a roll cage? These totally real sponsors.
These totally real sponsors. I don't know.
Strange.
Maybe we should get a representative from Walker Roll Cages to come in.
Well, you know, I heard Ronald was a salesman for Walker Roll Cages. Shortly after he was selling that renewable energy stuff.
Yes, he was a solar panel salesperson.
Yeah, Ronald may be a woman. We don't know.
We don't know.
No,
I haven't seen it.
He's all man. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Oh my.
Oh, hello, Rusty. We're back on this.
Oh, we're back.
This special
As I
day,
take
and
a sip of beer.
when I was writing up my list today, I found out something really terrifying.
Yeah.
About today's date. It's the 6th of the 6th, 2018, and if you take 18 and you divide it by 3, you get 6.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like 66666. That's the real date.
So there's 5 6s.
Then there's 3 sides to a triangle. You see where I'm getting at here?
So it's the
It's
0,
the
6,
devil's
0,
day.
Yeah, it's even more because it's 0606 2018. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter where you're from in the world. It's the same all around.
Yep. So, and yeah, that's the thing. But that's good because it'll mean today's topic gets more attention.
Oh.
No, more attention?
I don't know.
No, it's like the moon's in the right thing or something.
Oh, the planets are aligned and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because today's topic is paranormal.
Learning. Smart. Self-help. Podcast.
And big your mind. Beautiful. Good. Nice. Toit.
So have you ever had any ghost encounters or like paranormal experiences?
I used to have this is not a paranormal encounter, but you know that old chair that I had, that old desk chair?
Yeah.
There was the white racing one,
Yeah.
and it had like a hole in it that looked like a mouth. So when I lived at my old house, like old house, the moonlight used to come in and hit the chair.
Yeah.
And like illuminate it, and because it was white and like shaped like a chair, it was like a race car chair,
Yeah.
right? And it had the hole in it, so like I'd wake up in the middle of the night being like, oh, what? And then like I'd see that in the moonlight, and it'd be glowing and white, and I'd be like, oh, it's a ghost. But I was like, no, it's my chair. It used to happen to me
right.
constantly.
Well, how does the hole that looks like a mouth play into it?
Well, that looked like a mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was there 3 holes in it?
No, it was just one hole for a mouth. Do you have 3 holes for your mouth?
No, but with the eyes.
Well, I was
You imagine the
half
eyes.
asleep.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the closest I've ever come. I saw a kid throw a frisbee really fast.
Well, no, tell me about that.
That was like a UFO.
Yeah, no. I want to know. How fast?
Like, it was like a school camp or something, and there was like a big hill, and he threw it like rather not like the way you'd throw it from like throwing a real frisbee, right? He threw it like that, So it went really fast and went, and went like across, and I was like, yeah, what? And it sort of was like, look like, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's a UFO for about a second. And then I was like, that's a Frisbee. And that was it.
That's pretty cool.
How? I just
Because it was really fast.
I mean, it wasn't that far. I mean, it slowed down.
Was it faster than Usain Bolt?
I mean, I wasn't testing, and this was probably about 15 years ago now.
Do you think it could have gone 100 meters in under 10 seconds?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably as it left his hands, yeah, but...
Oh, so if it stayed at that same speed.
If
So
it
if you
stayed
threw
at
it
the
in space, well, it never would have stopped. So
And then it would have been a real UFO. Because it's
Yeah,
in space,
true.
that's where they come from. Have you ever had an encounter of the third kind?
Well, I've seen like weird lights and stuff in the sky, like out in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, I was also near like a military, like training range.
Oh, yeah.
So it could have been drones or something.
Mm.
And like you know, like I mean, it was a bit before drones were a thing, but you know, like they were flying some drones around before drones were a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like because they were always
You
like
mean
a couple of years ahead.
before quadricopters came around?
No, I'm sorry. I mean like Predator drones,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the military ones.
Yeah.
But like before those people knew about those, there were probably those flying around, and those things they look really weird. Have you ever seen it? Seen one?
Yeah, they're like a...
It's got like a giant like bulb at the front.
Yeah. Yeah, there was... Yes.
So it's the last thing you see before your wedding gets blown up
The-
in certain parts of the world.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you've never seen
Sorry.
you've never seen a ghost.
Well, I've had like sleep paralysis. I've had sleep paralysis before, which is like
sleep paralysis.
that's not funny. I used to have a speech impediment.
Sleep impediment.
I still have a sleep impediment. I had a speech impediment,
So did I.
or as I used to call it, a speech impediment.
I had a stutter.
I never had a stutter. Actually, I think I still have a slight stutter sometimes. I don't. I'm just milking that. Yeah.
I have this thing where I try to say too many things at once, or like someone says to me, "Hey, how are you?" And I'll be like, in my head, I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm well. How are you?" "Oh, I'm good, mate. Thanks." So it'll be like, "I'm Gel. Thanks, Wood."
I do that all the time. Or the other one I do is, I did this at Mad Max the other day, and the lady behind the counter said, "Have a nice meal," and I said, "Yeah, you too."
I don't quite
Anyway.
think that's a speech impediment, but
That's just a
I
brain
just think
impediment.
you're disabled. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I used to. I still get sleep paralysis sometimes. And sleep paralysis, for those playing along at home, it's like your mind wakes up and you can see, and you're sort of awake, but you can't move your arms or legs.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, when it happened, basically this weird, like, I don't want to say alien-looking figure, but like this weird, like, alien-looking thing came into my room, and then like reached out. Like it didn't
You got
touch me.
probed. If you reached out and
Didn't
probed
touch me
you.
down there or anything, but
See, that's like that's the thing with aliens, right? I'm pretty sure, like, you know how, like, admittedly, it's usually like the deep south in America or wherever, where they get crop circles or whatever. They're like, I had an alien and he put a thing up my butt, right? I'm pretty sure, at least the first one was just a dude being like, his wife probably like, I don't know, he probably had something up his butt and his wife caught him and he was like, oh, no, I'm actually taking this out of my butt.
Laureline.
And, look, you're never going to believe me. Aliens put it there and I'm just trying to take it out. I was not putting it in and out and in and out.
That makes sense because there's a lot of like closeted gay dudes in the deep south.
So that's what I reckon the first,
I mean, not that gay dudes are the only people into butt stuff, but
yeah.
like,
Or even a straight dude was. He'd be
there's
like,
patterns there.
my wife isn't going to like this. Lorraine, you're never going to believe me. It was aliens. They came into me, and they took me, and they took me up into the mothership, and they put it in my butt. Ah, Cletus.
Well, actually, there's another funny thing about UFO sightings, where if you look at a map, I might have said this to you before, but not on the podcast. Anyway, if you look at a map of the United States and you look at where UFO sightings are the most common, it's all around where like Lockheed Martin and all the aerospace companies have their experimental like factories.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Even Area 51. Now, officially, the Area 51 is for testing like new aircraft.
Yeah.
Which is why people see UFOs in Nevada all the time.
Yeah.
And it's those like crazy aircraft that are like that Blackbird one that's like
It's like all
it's like Mach 9 or something.
It's like triangly and
Yeah, it looks really weird.
yeah.
Yeah, so they tested those, which are like they're faster than pretty much anything else in the world, except maybe they had this one plane that's powered by rockets instead of jets.
Yeah.
And it like most people would like die if they tried to fly it. But we'll talk about that when we have Professor Love Machine on to talk about aerospace.
The Professor Love Machine.
The Professor Love Machine.
Have you watched the movie Area 51?
No, I played the video game, I think.
Oh.
But that's not of the movie, I don't
No,
think.
it's separate.
How long ago was Area 51?
The movie, I don't know. It was like I watched it on Netflix, so it could have been anywhere between like 20 years ago to a year ago.
To 100 years ago. They've got some old stuff on there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like a handycam horror, and they go in and they don't actually find anything, but then one of them's linked to the thing somehow, and then I don't know. It's it's this Area 51, and like the black guy dies.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's a horror movie from presumably not the last like 3 years. Because if it was the last 3 years, the guy with the slight racist overtones would die first, I reckon.
Or like the people that would die first never die first, right? You'd think like the old, frail, nice, caring mother would die first, basically, because she's just old and frail and can't run away from whatever's chasing her.
But there's still an emotional impact if she does die.
Yeah, so it's like the black guy dying first. No, I assume he would be some sort of being able to run, or like if he's like a young black guy. If he's an old black guy, maybe not. But you see what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, like if anything, he would be better at running than the rest of his horror team.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know what you call it because it's not like a team when there's like four teenagers and they're running from Freddy Krueger or something.
Yeah, and like the dumb white girl will be like, "Huh? I heard something outside. I'm gonna take a look." And they're like, "No, don't do it. There's a guy with an axe." And she's like, "Axes don't exist."
But it's always the one who has sex first too.
Yeah,
Or at least in the like 80s ones.
yeah,
I think it's like that whole morality play kind of thing.
yeah, probably.
Which really, Nightmare on Elm Street is basically a Shakespeare play.
Oh yeah,
I messed up.
never seen it.
You never seen Nightmare on Elm Street?
No, I'm not into horrors, except for handycam horrors.
It's not
They're
horror.
hilarious.
You're watching stupid people that you don't like that you just don't like looking at, and you're watching them get like torn limb from limb by this dude wearing a sweater.
You're not convincing me on this movie. Nah, I don't know. Yeah, I've been told it's a classic. I've never seen it.
It's got Johnny Depp in it.
Oh yeah, okay,
It's like
cool.
his first role ever.
Well, let me guess. He was quirky and odd.
They actually invented Helena Bonham Carter for that movie. No, they didn't. I don't even think.
Was she in it?
No.
Because I was going to say it's not Tim Burton, so
Oh, imagine that Tim Burton's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Tim Burton's Nightmare on Elm Street. No, it would just been. It wouldn't have been scary. It would have been just like, oh, really? This is a bit weird.
Yeah. And then but if he did it, Johnny Depp would be Freddy Krueger. But then he'd put his own spin on it and just make it like exactly the same as every other Johnny Depp character.
and he does this move. You listening at home won't see it.
Yep.
He'll do that.
He'll do that thing.
Because, I mean, all 2 Johnny Depp movies I've seen, one being most of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which are basically the same movie.
And then Edward Scissorhands, he does that in both of them.
He even does it in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which was like years before Pirates. And he did all the Jack Sparrow stuff, the like Keith Richards sort of stuff.
Keith Richards was in...
Yeah, he was Jack Sparrow's dad.
Yeah, he was Jack
or
Sparrow's
something.
father. Yeah.
Or he was the King Pirate or something.
King Pirate, yeah. That's pretty funny. But I'm gonna branch it out there. You know who, like pirates, they believe in ghosts, in ghost stories. Mermaids.
See, mermaids has always been interesting to me. Because, okay, the skeptics like to come and ruin the fun for everyone else.
Yeah.
And they'll say things like I'm sort of a skeptic, but like I want to believe. I'm like
You're looking at
who's the dude in X-Files? Mulder?
I don't know. I've never seen X-Files either.
I've never seen X-Files either. I just know about like one of them's a skeptic and one of them's I want to believe. David Duchovny in X-Files. He wants to believe. I want to believe. Anyway, mermaids. So the skeptical explanation for it is mermaids are like dugongs or manatees.
Yeah, manatees.
And I'm like, all I can think is like...
Mermaids are a far cry from manatees.
I'm just thinking those sailors must be hard up at sea to like they see a manatee like going on a rock, and then they're like, oh damn!
Oh, blimey, that's a mermaid. I'm just doing it with accents tonight. But like,
Yeah, but because they wanted to have sex with them.
yeah,
that
and it was
whole,
like,
and they're
blimey,
like,
that's a mermaid.
that said, it is useful advice to not have sex with manatees. So
Yes. And people say we're not a self-help podcast.
So maybe that's it. Maybe the advice was don't have sex with manatees. And like, what's a manatee? I'm like, all right, if you see a really hot chick on a stone in the middle of the ocean and she's singing at you, don't swim out to her.
When those sirens weren't mermaids.
I thought mermaids and sirens were the same thing.
Oh. I thought sirens were like what Odysseus tied himself to his boat thing.
Yeah.
Tied himself to his
same
boat.
thing.
Oh.
They
I thought
sing.
mermaids were just like,
No, that's like what Disney did to him.
oh.
Like original mermaids are pretty messed up. It's like they'll jump out of the boat and they'll drag you down and drown you.
Oh.
Yeah. And like I mean, when you're talking about these sort of myths, it's kind of silly because you get them all. You have to go through like everybody's different version of it because like Japan's got a different version to Greece.
Yeah.
And we've got a different version. The Nords have a different version.
Yeah.
And by that I mean the Scandinavians. Nobody calls them Nords anymore.
I mean, Skyrim calls them Nords.
Scandinavia belongs to the North. No.
True sons
But-
of Scandinavia.
As far as I understand with the mermaids, it's like
What, they're just manatees and people are like,
oh no. So the hot mermaid is like that's its spell.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what drags you in, and then suddenly they turn into some freaky shark-looking thing underwater.
Oh. Yeah, man, you must have been at sea a long time where you start hallucinating thinking manatees are...
What if the spell only works on half of their body, though? No, that doesn't make any sense, because if they're manatees...
Yeah, they're...
And I don't think manatees are magic.
Doubt it.
I mean, they're beautiful, but
Oh, yeah.
they're beautiful in the way that, like, a pug... Not a pug. Pugs are just funny looking.
Like, there's a... I don't know what breed he is. Hold on, I'm going to look him up.
In that nature way of being beautiful.
Yeah, hold
Not
on.
in, like, the Helen Mirren way of being beautiful. Anyway, my whole point is I don't want to have sex with manatees or dugongs or the other thing that is the same species but it's got a different name.
Narwhals?
No, that's a whale, dude.
Oh.
That's the whale with the horn.
Yeah, I know.
They used to cut the horn off and then they sell it as a unicorn horn.
thank you as I'm drinking beer. Telling me.
Oh, because it looks exactly like what they thought a unicorn's horn
Yeah,
would be.
I get that. I mean, you could literally just cut like sharp unicorn shaped stones and be like, it's a unicorn horn, 30 gold pieces.
Where do you find these unicorn-shaped stones?
I don't know, spikes.
Like near the unicorns? Because adds a whole other set of problems.
I mean, you could have just gone to a cave and just found just like sliced off stalactites and been like, unicorn horns for sale will bring you good luck, 30 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. Man, the unicorn thing's weird. Especially because, much like mermaids, it also involves sex at the end.
How does unicorns involve sex?
Well, I think because they thought the horn was like an aphrodisiac.
No one. Oh, right, yeah. I was like, I thought you were about to go somewhere and be like, people thought the horn was for like. I'm like, no one thought that. Like, cool.
Well, all I know is that unicorns are like metaphorical for like virginity as well.
Oh. Well, I was told the mythos around unicorns was people would give their, like knights would give their horses armor and then put a horn on their horse's armor to be like, 'tis a unicorn, sire.
But no, you can't take the armor off.
No, don't take the armor off though. I mean, take the body off to just leave the head armor. It's where it holds the horn on. Yeah, that's what I was told. It was just knights with armor.
Well, what would you do if you found a unicorn?
Keep it and then I don't know.
Start a freak show?
No, you can make much more money selling it to a billionaire.
True.
You could be like unicorn starting at $2 million, $2 billion.
Because it's got to be the only one.
Assuming.
That's why it's called a unicorn, because it's unique.
I thought it was because it had one horn. Or one corn, rather.
What corn is horn?
You know those like corns you get on your feet? What if the horn is just a massive one of those? And it's just like gross, just like skin.
There's a so you know there's layers of skin. This is something I learned in anatomy back in the day when I was a nurse. So the layers have the fancy Latin names. I was like stratum borealis. It's not borealis, but that's the only Latin name I could think of. And then one of them is called stratum corneum, and that translates to horny layer.
Really?
Yeah, and like the anatomy teacher, she got to that and she just went horny layer, and then everybody giggled.
Why is it called the horny layer?
Well, it's basically when you get calluses.
Yeah.
It's not related to that. I don't know why I went there. It's the hard layer of your skin.
Oh.
So I guess it's the outside.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been 5 years since then.
Oh.
6 years?
Congratulations. 5
Yeah,
years.
6 years.
Clean of anatomy.
No, it's 4 years. I missed the telling the time lecture.
Telling the time.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because you just got the year wrong. Okay.
I got the year wrong like 3 times.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway.
What? Okay.
I just got it. I got it wrong 3 times, but I said 4 times, and then I had to correct it 3 times, and I did the same bloody thing again.
Okay, paranormal. What's next on the list?
There's Joe Rogan,
Vaguely.
the comedian,
Yes.
/ legendary podcaster.
Yes.
He has a great saying, which is you never find any black people looking for Bigfoot.
True. Yes.
It's exclusively a white pastime.
Oh, yeah. But you see, that's the thing, but there's like 10 different Bigfoots. Because there's one in Florida, there's one in Oregon, and there's 8 other states that have one.
Yeah. So really, maybe it's a species of. Well, is that what they're saying? Is it meant to be the same Bigfoot Or is it meant to be there's a species of animal called Bigfoot?
I have no idea.
Well,
It could just
make
be
it
10.
up.
It
Make
just
it
could
up.
be-
This is what this is all about.
It's a species of dudes that just like walking around in the bush,
It's like hanging with the dudes
just hanging out in a monkey costume.
with a watch on for some reason.
He has a watch on.
I think one of the Bigfoots has a watch on. Oh no, that was the Simpsons. Never mind.
Well, Simpsons is
But one of the Bigfoots is like obviously a dude in a monkey costume.
yeah. I figured because it's just a dude in all the photos are just a dude in a gorilla suit.
Pretty
That's
much, yeah. Or there was another. There's a video of a bear that was its front legs were wounded, and it was walking on its hind legs.
Yeah, bears do that.
No, but like walking around constantly on its hind legs,
Oh,
and it looked like a different animal.
like a bear.
A bear, like a bear.
Like, yeah, like
a black
it looks
bear.
like a bear. Whoa. African American bear. No, I'm kidding. Okay, while you look that up, what's next on the paranormal list?
What about ghosts? Like we talked about ghost stories, but
yeah.
just like what about the actual thing of ghosts? What do you reckon?
Maybe they. I don't think they'd be dead people.
Damn it! Can you grab it? It's closer to you. I dropped the phone on the ground.
Pedal's nickname comes from the word bipedal, meaning he walks upright on two legs.
It's the bear.
Official.
Look, look at it.
Bear video.
The black bear was last seen in December, and there was concern that he wouldn't make it through the winter.
He was in our driveway, walking through the driveway. Dogs started barking.
It's just the bear.
Okay, but if you're in the woods and you're sort of on edge because you think Bigfoot might exist already,
Pedals has bear
and you saw
down
that.
and persevere.
I would say, oh look, a bear walking on its back legs.
Yeah, but it's got those like mangled sort of mongy hands at the front.
Pedals walked like a human. Unfortunately, he suffered a serious injury to his front legs.
It looks like he's missing the front paw.
It had been
Yeah.
hoped that Pedals would have recovered his months of hibernation. Alas,
Well, so you think like if you ran into that
I would say,
in the
yeah,
woods,
look, that's a bear.
you didn't have a good chance to get a look at it.
adapted to his
Oh, yeah, sure, but
All
like,
you had was some grainy camera. Why is it always grainy?
injury last year.
because they're all from like 20 years ago.
As long as he
But even now,
I mean, if you take a photo and you're like, like shaking the camera all around,
that does annoy me.
and it's all phone cameras, which are pretty garbage. On phone ads, they're always like, "This has the best camera ever. It's 400 million megapixels." It's like, I mean, it's not. That was a great. That's quite
400 million megapixels, and doesn't mega mean million already?
Oh, does it?
Yeah, because a mega death is 1 million deaths.
Yes. Okay.
No, that was in the Cold War because they wanted to save time.
Oh,
That was my nutsack.
my bad.
They wanted to save time in the Cold War when they were doing all these studies about how many people would die. So they changed 1 million deaths to just one mega death. So they say, oh, well, look.
Okay, so this has absolutely nothing to do with the band.
Well, no, basically, Dave Mustaine saw that word and was like, that's so metal.
1 million deaths. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they could say, like, oh, well, look, if we went to war today, we'd only suffer a modest 30 mega deaths, you know? And then people are like, oh, that's not so bad. And really, it's actually 30 million people, but...
Yeah. But okay, ghosts. Actually, I have a ghost story
Why didn't you tell me at the start?
because it didn't happen to me.
Oh, right.
You asked me specifically if I had.
Okay.
This
Okay.
hasn't happened. This is Katie.
Sorry. Oh.
And it doesn't
okay.
matter. She won't hear it. Whatever. I don't care. She doesn't even listen to these anyway. Love you if you are, but
7U689. That's the code you have to say.
689. You know, Ronald texted me that to me, and I'm like, "What the hell are you saying?" I thought it was a number plate. But yeah, no, yeah, and so that's your secret code from day 78U69, something, I don't know. But yeah, they. So Katie was staying at my mum's house, and basically, I don't know. She was really cold, and then she thought there was something there, and then she yelled out, and then it disappeared. I mean,
You really got to you got to embellish this story a bit, dude.
no, I do. I vaguely remember it.
Okay.
Yeah, she yelled out, and yeah. I mean, look, I don't think there was any spirits in that house, but there was definitely something in that house. It's called my sister. No, but yeah, and then so she was talking to my mum, and my neighbor was there as well, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, my neighbor was like, no, I believe it. I saw because they have 4 cats, right? And so he woke up in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
and all 4 cats are on his bed, had something, and then he was like, then he thought they were just fighting each other, but they weren't. All 4 of them were doing it,
Yeah.
and he looked up, and there was a figure, and then he looked again, it was gone. So he was like, oh, there could have been a ghost. Because, or I don't know, those cats. Actually, some of them were pretty good. They had I don't know, probably around 10 or so. They kept getting new ones. One of them that was just pure black just kept attacking people, and then one would sit on the.
Pure black.
Oh yeah, there were 4 black cats.
Pure African American. Oh, I can't say that.
African American cats.
You
please.
can say that.
Why can I say it? I'm not African American.
Just go on.
Oh, this is going back to what we had to bleep out that one time. Yeah. No one's going to listen to that one toy. Well, you're all good.
Move on.
Yeah. Yeah, they were just black short haired cats, and one of them would lie on the fence being like, meow, pat me, meow. And the other one was like, pat me, I'll attack you if you do, but pat me anyway.
That's like borderline personality disorder,
Oh, yeah.
but in a cat.
Yeah. And one of them would jump through my window and be like, Mao, I'm on your bed, Mao.
That sounds very suggestive.
Yeah, I'd
Like was he playing some Barry White as well?
oh, she was like,
My darling.
sex bomb.
That's Tom Jones.
I know, but it's a sexual song, Michael. I can't stress that enough.
Actually, I saw Tom Jones live, and he played "Sex Bomb" as a swing jazz song. It was 10 times better.
Ah. That seems interesting. Why did you see Tom Jones?
Because I went to Blues Fest,
Yeah.
which is a music festival we have here in what's that country called again?
Australia.
Australia. It's a music festival we have in Australia where it's sort of it's heavily aimed at baby boomers, but it basically
Can't imagine why.
it's got all R&B artists and old blues artists and classic rock artists, and Tom Jones was there for some reason, and he was headlining.
Kendrick Lamar was there recently, wasn't he?
Yeah, same year.
Ah. It's a vast contrast. Tom
It's
Jones
actually
and Kendrick Lamar.
it's a really good festival because it's actually got quite a lot of different artists. Anyway, I saw Tom Jones, and it was all old women, in the audience,
Yeah.
and there was still panties getting thrown on the stage.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't want those panties.
But that particular type of panties,
Like bloomers.
like they're just the big and white.
Yeah. I do believe they're called granny panties.
Oh yeah, they are.
That is
Yeah.
the technical term.
Anyway, but it was a really good concert. He's still got it. He's not attractive at all, except when he sings. Although he never really was.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of Tom Jones.
No, it's not unusual.
What's new? I assume that's also a Tom Jones song. I have no
Well,
idea.
if I only knew.
Is that another Tom Jones
It
thing? I
is, it
don't
is,
know.
yeah.
Isn't, back to the topic. Ghosts.
Ghosts. Yeah, so what happened with this guy and his 4 cats?
That was it. They were all like, meow. and they had like the fluffy, like the, you know, when cats get like stressed out, they like their hair stands on end and they do like the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're all doing that, and like there was a figure, and he's like, "Oh,
Were they all doing it in the direction of the figure?
Yes.
Man. Little did he know his house was actually getting robbed.
Oh yeah. And like the cats just sat there and was like,
I know how to do this. This is safe. So talking about ghosts, I had every now and then, you know, as you're going to sleep, you get some weird like sensations.
yeah.
Like sometimes you'll feel like your bed's rocking like a boat, or you'll feel like you're sinking into the bed, or like this is like as you're about to go to sleep. This is like on the cusp of actually falling asleep.
Yeah.
So sometimes as I'm falling asleep, I can feel I'll get something will tap me on the shoulder,
Yeah.
but I'll be lying on my back.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I know what tapping on the shoulder is.
yeah,
Michael just imitated what she's like, tapped on the shoulder, and I was
from
like, yeah, and he's
behind,
like,
I'm lying on my back. There's a wall there.
yeah.
Now it's probably just nerves or something. But it scares the crap out of me because I get like tapped on the shoulder or on the chest, and I wake up and there's nothing there. Because it's exactly the same feeling as like if mum or dad's waking me up for something.
Oh, except it's behind you from a wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you got a ghost, man.
yeah.
You
I
got to
thought
call
so.
the.
Well,
Who would we call for that?
we don't have the Ghostbusters anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all Melissa McCarthy now.
well, yeah, and they obviously it was a financial failure, so there's no Ghostbusters. I don't know who to call. If you know who to call, please send us an email. 'Cause I gotta
please,
get rid of this
email
guy.
us. Inspireyourself@gmail.com. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I don't know. Ghosts. Do you really reckon that they're dead people?
Nah.
Yeah, sure.
Because if I found out I was a ghost, I would be like, I would be much more. I wouldn't play this like coy guessing game where you go into people's houses and you leave like subtle signs. I'd like steal the lipstick because I'd be a poltergeist because I knock things down and I'm alive.
putting chairs on tables and
Yeah,
stuff.
no. So I very clearly, I get some lipstick. I'd write on the mirror, "Hello there. You may not know me, but my name is Michael Gunning. Perhaps you've heard of me. I am dead. I'm a ghost. Please don't feel uncomfortable by my presence. I'll stay out of the bathroom except for in this particular instance. Then I'd have to go to the next mirror over because I've already used
Yeah,
up the
you've
first
used up
mirror.
all the mirror. Yeah, you like go to like use up that mirror and you go
And
to
then
like
I'd say,
the
well,
windows.
anyway, I'm just going to chill out in your house because this is where I died. Be very careful with the door hardware on that other door. Make sure you get a nice, safe Hutchins door
Door frame.
frame. And yeah. Don't disturb me if you hear some like knocking sounds or something coming from that particular room. Because I'm reliving my death, and you don't want to see that. Anyway, that's what I'd write, and I'd be like, "Love, Michael Gunning.
Hi, Michael.
P.S. Your dog can see me. It's freaking me out. Can you like put him on a chain or something?"
Yeah, no, I mean, see, the thing with that is like, so actually, a TV show that I know explains it really well. Basically, it's ghosts and poltergeists and whatever are just people that have died that refuse to move on.
I would be very bad at moving on. I
So
gotta
like,
say, yeah.
so you're in, so you die, and then your spirit like floats out of your body, and you're like, "Oh, I'm dead." And the Reaper's like, "Hey man, y'all want to come?" And then you're like, "No." The Reaper's like, "All right, have fun haunting the place." And then you start off like normal, but then like after years of whatever, not being able to whatever, you just start going insane. You start like putting chairs on tables and putting handprints in the fog and like the condensation on your bathroom mirror.
Well, you're never like. No one's ever haunted by a ghost from 2 years ago.
Wouldn't hospitals just be absolutely rife with ghosts?
Well, a lot of people say they are. There's like I don't know. Most nurses and stuff I talk to say, "Oh, don't go on the 13th floor alone at night." And I'm like, come on, ghosts, have some originality.
13th floor, yeah.
Like, go to the 4th floor. Get the Asian market, you know?
Yeah. Or the 7th.
Yeah, like, defy people's expectations. Deconstruct the trope.
Yeah. Be like, I mean, there's never be on the ground floor at night. There's a ghost on the ground floor.
There's no ghosts on the ground floor, no.
Yeah, there's never been a ghost on a ground floor of a hospital.
But if it's a hospital with an emergency department, there are meth heads, and that's sort of like a zombie.
Which brings us into the next part.
Meth heads.
Yes.
No,
I love Breaking Bad.
zombies.
You know, I've watched every episode of Breaking Bad except like the last one.
That's the best one. No, it's not.
It tells me what happens, and I'm like, okay, so I can just put 2 and 2 together and I figure out what happens. It's on the floor.
It is on the floor.
But yeah, zombies.
Which is your favourite zombie? The fast zombies?
The
or
Half-Life zombies.
The Romero zombie?
Half-Life zombies, easily.
What, with the head crab?
Yeah, the head crab, and they're all like...
They freaked me out the most as a kid because I had the whole split down
cavity,
stomach thing going on.
Yeah. I reckon those are cool because it's not just like, and on the 13th hour of the 13th night, when a full moon, the dead rise from the grave. Something like that, you know.
Yeah, like none of this Vincent Price stuff. It's just, it's just like meat
Vincent
and potatoes.
Price.
It's an ale. Vincent Price. You ever watch Thriller?
The
music video for Thriller?
the Thriller. Yeah.
You know, there's the bit where the guy with the deep voice starts narrating.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's Vincent Price.
Oh, okay, I know that, yeah.
Grizzly ghouls from every tomb. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a bacteria that infects ants, which reanimates their bodies.
Oh, dude, I got so into that for a while. I was like, guys, this could really happen. We need to make our zombie plan. And
I love The Walking Dead.
My zombie plan, I wouldn't have gotten off the ground because, here in Australia, we don't have it's harder to get a gun.
Well, no, not even that.
You need to own a gun already, and there's no chance you could not have a gun already.
But we have such a low population for such a large area. Further west you drive in Sydney, or east in Perth, or north in South Australia, or south in...
The further towards the middle of the country.
Further towards the middle of the country, there would be less people, so less zombies, and you just hang out there and just be like, yep.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Maybe that's a better plan. You just go out into, Broken Hill.
Just fight off all the Broken Hillians.
Zombies can't... Well, yeah. We gotta recapture it for humanity first. Then we can defend it from the zombies.
And then we'll call it Fixed Hill. Yeah, but no, in the States where it's there are so many people there. I mean,
But
actually, with Sydney traffic...
you could just, you go through some rubbish and there's a gun. You could very easily get a gun over there.
Yeah, but, you have to shoot bullets. Are you going to keep making bullets?
When I was over there, you can reload bullets.
Oh. But you're going to get gunpowder. You're going to mill it yourself. You need niter for that.
Yeah, true.
Where are you going to get niter from? That comes mostly from the Middle East now.
Stop poking holes in my fan.
Well, are we going to get rid of the middle? Are we going to fly over to the Middle East? Be like, hey man, can we have some niter? The zombie apocalypse is coming, and then it just happens to come when it comes. And then you're like, it's all good. We got a stockpile of niter.
Yeah, okay. I get your point. What was I saying?
Yeah, actually, zombie survival.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, that's right. I went to America once. I tripped over. When I got up, I had a gun in my hand. It's the damnedest thing. And I was 8.
Actually, me poking holes in zombie stories. Thomas was like, once he's like, yeah, man, I'll just get a yacht. I'll steal a yacht. It's the zombie apocalypse. No one's using them. And we'll just go into the middle of the ocean and no zombies can get you there.
Just yacht party.
And we'll just eat Atlantic salmon, just all the time.
They're already endangered.
No, but I was like, with the zombie apocalypse happening, no one's going to fish them, so
they'll come back.
But I was like, oh, what are you going to do for water? And he's like, it's just there's water everywhere. And I'm like, salt water. Yes. He's like, oh, set up buckets. It's like, yes. And it stops raining for a week and you die.
Yeah, and
that's right, Thomas.
Desalinating sounds.
Year 7, Thomas.
Desalinating sounds really easy, but it's really hard.
I thought you just boil it and then you catch the condensation and then
How do you catch condensation?
I don't know,
Exactly.
in your mouth. Like cup your hands around your mouth like that. and you
Oh,
like,
just breathe in the steam.
Yeah.
I saw Ron Jeremy do that once.
On to our next topic. Ron Jeremy. Does he exist? No.
Shapeshifter.
Yeah.
I reckon I've got some ideas, some real strong ideas about shapeshifters. Mm-hmm. I think they walk among us.
Yeah.
I reckon Gene Simmons is one.
How so?
He's a shapeshifter.
How does he shift shapes?
Well, because like sometimes he's just like this like regular like Jewish dude, right? And then other times he's got this weird like white and black like face, and he breathes fire, right?
So by that logic, anyone is, because like when you're born, you come out as this like fat chubby thing that's about like half a meter long, not even. And then like a year later, they're more than half a meter long and they're slightly less chubby.
Oh my God,
And then
you're
another
right.
year, they're longer and less chubby.
You're right. This is troubling.
And then like 90 years
Okay.
later, they're still rather short. And I don't know.
Okay, maybe not Gene Simmons. What about David Bowie?
I don't think he's shifting shapes anymore, just as a thing.
Well, yeah. Let's pour one out.
You know, I'm empty.
Yeah, I'm empty too. That's basically all I want to say. David Bowie was a shapeshifter.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Didn't he have that alter ego and stage name?
Ziggy Stardust.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. And apparently he also had sex with Mick Jagger.
Yep. Paranormal.
Mick Jagger denies it, but David Bowie said it happened.
Wow, who do you believe?
Well, Mick Jagger would lie about having sex with David. Would lie and say that he didn't have sex with David Bowie, because part of his image is that he's this like heterosexual man that women still have a chance with after all these years.
Yeah.
Whereas David Bowie's got no reason to lie about like having sex with Mick Jagger.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. That's
Also, Mick Jagger's ex-wife said she caught them. So
okay, that's slightly more evidence than yes.
yeah, but ex-wife, and I don't know if she said it before or after the divorce, because that's an important like distinction.
That's a good point,
because that's the
yeah.
sort of thing you'd say like in court, and then you'd lose the case, but you get half the money anyway, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works in England. I don't know how divorce law works in England.
I don't know. It's pretty bad here.
I mean, it's just bad in general because it's like
Yeah.
it's like a family getting broken up and they're arguing over where all the pieces fall.
Yeah. Sort of glad my parents got divorced after I was 18. So I was like,
Oh, that would have been horrific if.
oh yeah, it would have been like, okay, you go to your father's every second weekend, and but 2 rooms, 2 birthdays, 2 Christmases, I could have done with that.
The 2 birthdays was like, because that friend of ours got so much stuff from having 2 birthdays.
Yeah, no. Speaking of paranormal birthdays,
What about him?
do they exist? No.
Well, I was born on a day.
Yeah, no. What else is there? What are we coming up to? 52 minutes. All right, last one that we're doing business yourself. Do you have a business idea?
I don't. Do you want to just do 10 minutes on?
Yeah, let's do 10 minutes on paranormal.
Let's just keep going on paranormal.
We're skipping in business.
There's no in
yourself.
business yourself this week.
Look, if you really are sad about that, send us an email. Please, anyone, just send us an email, please. Not you, Ronald. Put the email down. But yeah,
Well, we're going to talk about Slender Man.
Slenderman, yeah, he's.
Now, it may not be a real thing.
I mean, highly likely it's not a real thing.
Well, yeah. Do you know the origin of it?
Yeah, it was a creepypasta.
No. So there was this thread on. Do you remember Something Awful?
Yeah.
The forums? So there was a thread on Something Awful where they basically said, all right, Photoshop contest, start Photoshopping evidence of paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if any of it gets onto paranormal, like, websites.
Yeah.
Like, not Snopes, you know, the sort of, like, paranormal websites. The truth about ghosts.
Where it still looks like a GeoCities
Almost
website.
all of them do. It's uncanny. Anyway, so it started out as one of those. And there was this guy who made, who did a Photoshop of the first, like, Slender Man picture. So it was just this picture of these kids playing in, like, a playground. And then in the very background, very subtle, well, I mean, about as subtle as what I'm about to describe could be, tall dude in a suit with no face and, like, tentacles coming out of his hands, right? And everyone was, like, really creeped out by that, so he made some more. And then everybody joined in and started making their own ones. And there was just all these, like, and they were really good, like top-notch photoshopping. And they sort of started writing, like, little passages of writing that went along with it, saying, like, and this was sort of like where it started to sort of look like creepypasta, where it was like, what was it? Oh, like, I fell asleep and I woke up and there was a photo on my phone, but I didn't take it. Or something like that. I don't know.
That's so bad, guys. Come on.
Like, there were some bad ones, but there were good ones too. Anyway, and then this one guy started, like, very quickly started trying to make a web series out of it. Did you ever watch, it was called Marble Hornets?
No.
Well, basically it was like a found footage kind of thing.
Oh, okay. So
And,
like a Blair Witch sort of
with,
thing.
Yeah, with Slender Man. It was really good. And then there was some other ones too. There's one called Everyman Hybrid, which was like...
Oh, yeah, the name rings a bell.
Yeah, it was like a Slender Man thing, except it started out as a... it started... In the story, it starts out as a fitness vlog.
Yeah.
And then it slowly devolves into this, like, cosmic horror story. But yeah, so all that stuff happened, and then it's all sort of died down a bit. That's when it peaked in popularity, then it died down.
Then the game.
Then the game comes out and PewDiePie plays the game, and then it shoots back up in popularity, but nobody knows about the early stuff.
Yeah. We got Katie to play the game once. It was funny. Me and Ronald were there on Skype. And this is back in the day.
She wouldn't have dealt.
And she's like, I don't get it, whatever. And then, like, you know how you have to get, like, you're going to get 8 notes or something. And, like after you get, like, the second one, there's, like, a in the background. And that really creeped her out. And she was like, I remember watching her screen and she was like moving her mouse lots. And I'm like, that's how he turns up. What are you doing? Yeah, because
that makes sense.
He appears behind you and you turn around and he's like, bleh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's... there was like that thing with those girls where they took their friend into the forest and were like, Slender Man told us to kill you.
Which isn't even how it bloody works.
Yeah.
Okay, like, he doesn't communicate with anybody. He's just there.
He's a slender
And he doesn't...
man.
He's not... They like they said, they were sacrificing it to him. He's not a deity. Okay? Like, these girls need to get their shit together. This is... They don't like...
Well,
they need to learn more about the Slender Man mythos, okay?
I mean, it's really just a way to cover up murdering their friend. We are insane, and Slender Man told us to do it.
The insanity plea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'd rather be in a prison than an insane asylum.
Yeah, but I assume you'd get raped less in an insane asylum. I'd never being in an insane asylum.
Well, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I've heard about... I mean, maybe if you went to one of those dodgy places on 60 Minutes or something, but...
I don't know. I've seen a whole bunch of doco. I mean, especially in the States, the prison the prison and jail are different. And, like, it's real bad there.
Mm.
And, like, they get overcrowded so much, they're like, okay, you're just on drugs charges. Off you go. You haven't done much. You were drunk. Off you go.
Really?
Yeah. because like overcrowding sets in, and then they're like minor crimes get let off.
Do they get let off, or
again.
like a lesser prison?
No, they can't hold them. There's like county jail and then prison.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it works.
No, but they got like minimum security prisons and stuff, where it's just like a barracks.
That's still prison.
Right.
So jail is you. Oh, I was public urinating. All right, you're arrested. Let's go down to jail, and you sit in the jailhouse, and you can be held there until prosecution. But if you're on like a minor whatever, you then they're like, oh, overcrowded. Public urinators, out you get. Public masturbators, out you get. Drunk and disorderly, out you get.
No, you got to keep those public masturbators in there. I'd put them they'd still be fairly low relatively, but like I put them a bit higher than before the drunk and disorderly.
Yeah, graffiti, out you get. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Graffiti's not even a prison thing.
Yeah, it's just a fine now.
It's a fine, or the council pays you to do it if they've got a wall that looks boring, and they want to like culture up the place a bit.
Yeah, or it's like speaking of culture, the paranormal. I don't know. I thought saying that would give me something.
Well, it plays a good, important role in many cultures.
Yes.
It's like that culture where they have to ritually eat their dead.
Okay. First, how are they still around? Because they eat what single sick person dies of like I don't know the flu. They all get the flu.
I don't know if it's eat their dead, but it's how Ebola was so bad when it was in whichever West African country it was.
Sierra Leone. It's there.
There was
now.
people that were like, okay, they like ritually they'd bathe in the blood of the deceased or something like that as a
Yeah, I'd pass.
yeah, but then Ebola was spread through like the liquids of
Yeah, blood. It's like a something born disease.
waterborne.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically all these people were getting it because their like relative would die of Ebola, and then they'd bathe in their blood and get Ebola from that. It's terrifying. I know that's not really paranormal either, but we've got time for one more. What's your favourite monster myth?
Yeah. Well, I mean, mine's not a myth. The Loch Ness monster. No. I don't know.
Well, how about this?
I like the idea of werewolves and vampires.
I would be so pissed if I was a vampire.
Why?
Because like their whole culture's been like reduced to this one love movie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No one really talks about Twilight anymore, but I remember there was a time when there was like pages on Facebook dedicated just to I hate Twilight.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I know because I liked one of those people.
And you had to unlike it recently.
Yeah, because they changed their name to I'm gay and I like big cocks in my mouth. Like that was they changed the name of the page.
Classic, yeah.
And it didn't notify me that they changed the name.
So that the person that obviously made the page was like, you know what? I've changed my ways. I really like Twilight.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like vampires are now just like this weird this middle-aged woman sex fantasy, rather than like terrifying monsters. Like I would be pissed off if I was a vampire
Yeah, it's
or a werewolf, because there's a werewolf in that movie book too.
one of them, I think.
No, because
Is he all the way through? I thought it was just in
the
the one.
chick has to pick between the werewolf and the vampire.
Yeah, and that's I don't know. I
And
think
a
it's the
couple of them.
I think it's the second book.
I don't know. There's 4, isn't there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I think we're the wrong people.
Hold on, let me phone a friend. No, we're not.
I don't know anybody who's read it and like enjoyed it.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I don't know.
I mean,
There was a couple
think,
of girls I knew when I was in school that
I think Soraya read it just
to be like, what is everyone talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, Twilight was really riding on the coattails of things like Harry Potter.
That's what happened with I think Soraya, like because
Yeah.
it came out and then people were like, oh, it's just like Harry Potter,
Sort of, except for this, yeah.
except it's American and there's no wizards and it's just vampires.
No, but like vampires, I think are like
I mean, vampires are sick. I love vampires.
Like the eighth, like the
30 Days of Night vampires.
oh yeah,
That's the best vampires of all time. Or Blade. Blade has pretty good vampires too.
yeah. Yeah, because Blade also goes into like, oh, there's a big it's actually a big underground society sort of thing, and
Yeah, and there's like factions in the vampire society and all that.
yeah, and like there's actually a game coming out. It's called Vampyr.
Yeah, that's
looks
on my
pretty
wish
sweet.
list.
Yeah,
Is it out yet?
I have no idea. I think it's coming up. Look, I need a better computer before I can play it, so that's probably a tax rebate that I'm going to get.
Oh yeah. Well, we obviously need a powerful computer to run the AI that we're going to create. Did I tell
Yeah.
you that we're going to create an AI?
Is it an AI that can post on our Facebook? Because Katie's really been phoning it in lately.
Oh snap!
She's not going to hear this. Nah, she has been sick, and
Yeah. No,
and I get that.
actually, that brings me to one thing I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
And Ghosting Yourself.
Are we going to go to like
And
a
Smarten
haunted
Yourself podcast. We'll record a podcast live from a haunted place somewhere. I would really prefer to find like some outdoor haunted place, but anything goes. We're going to find some ghosts. We're going to solve this whole mystery once and for all. We're going to find the Yowies too. I want to find some Yowies.
Oh, yeah,
That's our
Yowies.
version of Bigfoot. If you're listening from, is it Yowies?
house? The Bunyip, wasn't it?
Bunyip? Might be-
Bunyip or Yowie? I think that was.
I thought the Bunyip. Oh no, the Bunyip's like a weird crocodile thing.
I thought it was a bunny. That's why it's called a Bunyip.
No, that's a bilby.
No, a bilby's closer to like a mouse. It's just a real big steroids mouse.
No, okay, so I think the Yowie is like our version of Bigfoot.
I thought it was the Bunyip.
No, the Bunyip's
All
like
right,
some weird.
what are you looking up?
I'll look up
the-
Yowies.
All right, I'll look up Bunyip.
Yep. Several
Bunyip.
names.
The Bunyip. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, wow. It's like a... The Bunyip is a large mythical creature from Australian Aboriginal mythology said to lurk in swamps, billabongs, creeks, riverbeds, and
Okay.
waterholes.
Yeah, I think Yowies are the same species as Bigfoot.
It looks horrifying.
Yeah, no, like I thought they were cute. Okay, listen to this. The Yowie is usually described as a hairy and ape-like creature standing upright at between 2.1 meters and 3.6 meters, or that's 6'11" and 12 feet. The Yowie's feet. The Yowie's feet are much larger than humans. Are you getting this?
Yeah.
The feet are larger. They are large feet. Are you catching what I'm throwing?
So you're telling me they have
Big.
a big foot.
Yes, they're two actually.
So it's like, oh, no, yeah, because there's the abominable smoke. There's the Yeti as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a whole society of big feet. So America's got Bigfoot. The Himalayas has, and
The
Asia's
Yeti.
got the Yeti. We've got the Yowie.
Or Yetis.
Well, Yetis.
I don't know.
I don't know. What has Europe got?
Hairy Greek men. No, I'm kidding.
Like Africa's just got gorillas. That's terrifying enough.
Yeah. Like silverback.
Oh, and chimps. Chimps are messed
baboons.
up. Baboons are just funny. I mean, they're probably terrifying too.
They are shockingly horrifying. Like, I went to South Africa.
You've seen their butts.
Yeah, no, I went to South Africa and they're like, we went to a safari park. This is when I've been younger, and they were like, yeah, we can. Like, we got like, I was like 3 or 4 or 5 meters away from a leopard, right? And they were like, it's fine, don't worry about it. They won't attack you. And like baboons, they're like, all right, we're gonna keep our distance from the baboons.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, why? And they're like, because they'll come straight up and just like rip your eyebrows off. Hey, that's very Kiwi now. Hey,
It's quite similar.
it's very similar. But yeah, the guy's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stay away from them
Wow.
because they rip rubber parts off cars as well.
Well, there was a lady who went to visit her friend's like who had a therapy chimpanzee or something,
Yeah,
or a pet. Maybe it was just a pet.
but yeah,
I don't know. People like to claim their pets as medical expenses. Anyway,
yeah,
so and then the chimpanzee was like angry for some reason, and it tore her arms off, and her legs, and her eyes, and her nose.
Like the arms off, like Wookiee style.
Or like part like it
tore it up.
Yeah, like Chewbacca
slashed her,
style.
yeah.
Yeah, like no,
Not like what? Just like there's an arm gone.
They got sharp claws. I assume.
So like it's literally like pulled the arm off the person, like shoulder joint destroyed.
Look it up. Look up her name, Charla Nash.
How do you know that?
Because this story is. I saw a photo of her after the accident because she's alive. Charla Nash.
So on that note,
So like Charlie with an A.
Charla Nash before and after. Whoa. Okay. Wow. She still has arms.
She got mutilated. I just remember that. Like,
Charla Nash opens up. Yeah, it's just her face.
oh, just her face.
Oh no,
That's
she had
alright.
she had like, okay, not her whole arm, not shoulder joint. I'm talking like elbow joint
Yeah.
and hand, like wrist joint. Okay, she still has arms. And on that note, you know what else has arms? My,
No, she does not have arms. She's
yeah, she
like
does. It's
missing
right
her
there.
hands.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
If you don't have, look at that.
Are you telling me that
Those
she
are
doesn't have a
stumps.
shot? Yeah, she's got stumps. I didn't say hands. I said arms.
Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. Chewbacca, because
Yeah,
he
like-
pulls out the whole.
Like, it just rips people's arms off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you
Yeah,
wouldn't
not quite
recognize me
Chewbacca.
for the red arm. Yeah. I can't believe I just quoted a sequel.
Yeah. Right. Say 43 hello there's, and remember to go to mass on
pay your
Sunday.
penance, yeah. That's a Star Wars joke for those listening.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't,
If you don't,
you're not missing out on much.
Look up prequel memes. Pretty funny. Yeah.
What else has arms?
What else has arms? The Smarten Yourself social media plug that we're about to do.
Many arms. In fact, I would describe them as tendrils
They really get
burrowing
everywhere.
into the internet
Yeah.
gradually,
You know,
but
I
firmly.
You know, I Googled us the other day. And you remember when we first started and you Googled us and nothing came up?
Yeah.
Lots of stuff comes up now.
No, it's not a Pornhub, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, if someone wants to put that video up there, be like, 3 dudes drink, no, not 3 dudes, 2 dudes take a whole bunch of liquid in the mouth.
And one of them looked a little bit like...
Yeah, one of them looked like
so-
milky semen, yeah. Or just milk. But yeah, no, look, we're on YouTube. We got YouTube Strike. Oh, we've got to contest that before tomorrow to get the video put back
You
up.
better get cracking.
Yeah, we'll do. All right, we'll do that after this.
Do that tomorrow.
And yeah, we got YouTube Strike. There'll be another one up. We'll look. We're on Podbean, iTunes. You're probably listening to us, and we're on a whole bunch of other stuff. that just
Next
stopped.
week, Ronald will be joining us in studio.
in full form, in his final form.
In his... Yes.
He's look, he'll be here. We'll post some stuff about that.
And sometime in the future, we'll search... In Smarten Yourself, we'll search for the Yowie.
Where, like, how far do you expect us to go with the Yowie? Or okay,
Okay, we'll find the Yowie. I don't know what you...
you don't doubt this. Okay.
I know what I saw.
Yeah, look, go follow us on Twitter, on the other thing, Facebook. Like us on Facebook, Instagram as well. I haven't done much on Instagram. I have a sweet meme up here in my head, about to drop that. It's actually quite a fresh meme. It's rather new.
Well, don't spoil it too much.
I like it. Send us an email, please. Anyone, if you've gotten this far, you're the true hero. So we actually want to hear an email from you. Or if you're that guy that left a scathing comment on our YouTube video, please send us an email. We'll have you on.
It wasn't that scathing.
I mean,
He was
wasn't.
just disappointed because he didn't find any futurology in our futurology episode. Which,
Yeah, go look at its Futurology on YouTube.
what did he expect?
Yeah, we're calling it Smarten Yourself. Come on, mate. But yeah, look, no, yeah, go do the follows, the likes, and the follows. And yeah, that's us. Remember to go buy some Paul Walker. Oops, I said it. Walker roll cages. Our completely real sponsor.
And Weinstein potting mix.
Weinstein potting mix and the other door handles and belt buckles.
Yep.
And yeah, that's us. Play the outro.
What does that sign off again? Stay smart. Stay smart.
Stay smart.